Okay, so I want to make another video just to kind of go with the other video where we talked about optimizing your videos for the web and for mobile devices. If you haven't already watched that video, go right ahead and do that. It should be on this same page that you're watching this video right now. It should be just before this video, and it's probably called web optimization or something like that. Watch that video because the information in it is going to show you all the settings that you need to enter here on Handbrake to optimize your videos for the internet and for mobile devices. The only thing that we're going to do different in this video is we're going to change 3 different settings just to make our video files even more smaller and more manageable, yet with still retaining the high quality of your videos. So take all the settings we talked about in the other videos and then watch this video and do what I'm about to show you. Okay, so now that you got your video all set up with Handbrake with the settings in the other video, what you want to do is you want to go over to the audio tab, and this should be on Dolby Pro Logic and 160 if you followed the instructions in my previous video. So what you want to do is you want to go over here, change that to stereo, and then change the bitrate down from 160 down to 96. Okay, then go over to the video tab, and if you remember in the previous video I told you that anywhere from, I believe it was 600 to 800 is good for your videos. You know, maybe if you have like a slideshow video, you can keep this at 600. If you have live action, you can put this up around 8 or 9. I believe that's what I've said in the previous video. Well, I'm going to go ahead and go against my advice in the previous video and say that you can decrease this number even more and still get away with a nice high quality video, but with a really small file size, which is a plus if you're trying to host your video on Amazon S3 and you want it to start playing right away when someone goes to watch it. You don't want someone going to your video online and then all of a sudden the video, that's all they see is like the spinning wheel there for the video loading up and it never starts playing. So the goal here, again, is to make the smallest file size as possible while still maintaining the quality of your video. So all the other settings we talked about in the previous video are right. The only thing I'm going to tell you to change here is this, the audio, and then go over here and we're going to change the bitrate. So for slideshow videos, I'm going to say put it around 250. This should be good. If you have no live action in your videos, keep this at 250. If you have like a fancy animated introduction like I have with Video Revolver, you know, where we have like the Transformers type intro, you might have to up this to around 300, you know, to get that to play clean. But you should, for the most part, get away with 250 here. Now, if your video has any type of live footage at all, you're going to need to up this to at least 350 to 400, okay? And what this is going to do, again, is it's going to make your file size smaller so that your video downloads faster for your viewer online so that it starts playing right away for them so you don't lose out on any sales and get people complaining that your video is not playing. So that's basically it. I also wanted to tell you that you don't need to enter these options every time you want to convert a video. You can also save a preset, so every time you run Handbrake, you can just open it up and then just select the preset over here on the right. Now what I did is I got all the settings to where I wanted them to be, you know, like we just talked about in the previous video, and I just go over here under add and I add the preset to my list over here. So whenever I want to convert a video and make it web ready, I just go over here and select my web ready preset. Okay, and I just want to take a minute and show you the huge difference that this process here makes to your videos. So you may have already seen my sales video for Promo Video Pro. If you haven't, go check it out. This is the file right here that I got out of Sony Vegas for that video. That video is about 20 minutes long, has a lot of animation in it, has a lot of live action in it, and just a long video with a lot of animations, okay? It ended up being 298 megabytes straight out of Sony Vegas. That's a huge file. If I was to upload that to Amazon S3 and put that on my sales page, no one would ever see the video because the video would never play. It would probably take 5 minutes to load up before it would start playing for my viewers. So what I need to do is I needed to run this through Handbrake to reduce the file size, okay, and optimize it even more for the web, and so that it played on mobile devices. So I did everything I just talked about in these last 2 videos, and I ended up with this file here, which is at 47.6 megabytes. A huge decrease in file size. I'm not gonna try to do math in my head, but that's a pretty good amount. Now, if I was to play both of these right now, I'm just gonna mute that. If I was to play this, you don't need to hear the audio because the audio is pretty much the same anyways. But here's the unoptimized version. This is the version I got straight out of Sony Vegas. Okay, so this is 300 megabytes, and you can see it's nice and crisp and clean. You know, perfect. But it's a huge file size. Now, let's see if you can notice a difference between this and the optimized version. The optimized version is right here. I mean, you can't notice a difference. I can't. I mean, you'd really need to really pause the video and really look at it to even notice a difference. You never would. So that's the plus of optimizing your video, getting a nice lean file size so your viewers can watch it online quickly.